my lovelies, and welcome back to another vlog. This time it's a solo date to celebrate the end of the year and to also claim Christmas. So as you know, Christmas is never a good time for me, but this year I decided to change it up and start to romanticize December for myself. How this all came about was when I took my sister to the city and I noticed there was a high tea in Queen Victoria building, the exact one where my phone battery died and I couldn't record anymore, which turned out to be good. Then I get to spend more time with my sister, but I really wanted to go back, hence why I asked my friend if she wanted to come, but unfortunately she couldn't make it. And instead of just, cancelling or change it, I thought, what would the opposite of the old me would do? So I thought, oh my god, just go to the city by yourself and go to the high tea event like you did with the other high teas at Brookfield and at Centennial. So I was like, alright, that's what I'm going to do. I was a bit nervous going to the city by myself, but I thought if my sister can do it, so can I. So I decided to just wake up early and head to QVB, and I got myself Auntie Anne. So apparently this is a very popular pretzel place. My sister and I wanted to get some earlier, but it was packed, but today it was empty, so I got myself 2 pretzels unknowingly. By the way, I just said, what are the sweet ones? And she said, oh, the cinnamon one and the almond one. And I was like, okay, can I have that one? Unknowingly that I asked for 2, but it turned out really good because I prefer the almond one a lot better than the cinnamon one, but they're still good nonetheless, so I highly recommend it. I had time to kill since my reservation at the Tea Room was at 12 p.m, so I decided to go to this French cafe that sold this famous hot chocolate. While I was sitting down, I was charging my phone and I was reading this book called The Art of Spending Money. I really enjoyed The Psychology of Money by the same author, so I decided to sit down and pretend I was in Paris. Other than looking so aesthetically pleasing, the drink itself wasn't my cup of tea. The chocolate was very bitter, the cream wasn't very sweet, and it took forever for it to absorb into the beverage. The chocolate did go down smoother after the cream was thoroughly stirred, but for $17, I don't recommend ordering it twice. I didn't have a croissant with me to match the vibe. I had a pretzel, and I thought, that was close enough. After I had my morning tea, I decided to do a little bit more shopping, and when I was doing so, I went to the top floor and found this beautiful Christmas tree. Even a kid was playing a piano while I was walking around looking at the cute boutiques and shops inside the QVB. The goal of the day was to pretend I was a tourist in my own city, like I would if I was a main character in a movie, exploring new places and romanticizing my life. And you know what they say, different places have different vibes. And the vibe of this place was giving European, English and Edinburgh, and also a bit of Paris. Since this year is more of an experience rather than gift giving, I didn't do much shopping as in terms of buying things for other people, but I did more so window shop, as in looking at places and wondering, that would be a cute place to sit down and have coffee with someone, or basically, that place would be nice to have a solo date in and absorb the energy of the area. Surprisingly, I didn't feel as alone as I did in the other places I went in the Southern Highlands, because in the city there is so much things to look at, so much people. It's hard to feel lonely in an area where it's just constantly moving about. Everyone has something to say. Everyone is eager to talk to other people. It's kind of like you're visible but invisible at the same time. I have been circling the QVB all morning and I could not find the tea room until I asked someone, and she said it was on the 3rd floor on the other end. And I was like, 3rd floor? But no, they had its own little private floor that I could not find it first time. But no, it had its own little quarters, which made it even more cuter. This restaurant made me feel like I entered Buckingham Palace, like the Queen herself would walk in at any time. I felt underdressed, but there were a lot of people in there who was wearing like normal clothes as well. But the next time I will come here, I will definitely dress up to be queen-like, because this room looks like something straight out of Bridgerton. Since this was the end of the year Christmas solo day, I decided to go all out and get myself a glass of Prosecco. Obviously, I am still new to the wine game, but I really enjoyed it because I feel like I'm celebrating a milestone, because not only did this year come with trials and tribulation, it also came with a lot of healing, growth, and excitement for the future. Let this video be a reminder to you to first fill up your cup with self-love before pouring into other people, because how are you supposed to shop for other people if you don't even shop for yourself? How you treat yourself is how you set the standard for the people around you. Therefore, they are adding to your life and not subtracting to it, because you pour that love into yourself first, and then the world will reflect that. Think of the world as a mirror, as in, where do you see yourself in the future, and start acting like the person you want to be right now. For example, I want to be someone who goes to affluent places, meet new and exciting people, and have a great time. And there is no rule book that says you can't go to really pretty places, sit down with a nice cup of tea. For my case, because it was Christmas, I chose high tea because I wanted to. Every year, I write myself a letter for the future me, and what better way than to open it than on my solo date. And it was kind of like talking to an old friend that wants the best for me, and I love her so much. So after saying thank you to the old me, I decided to plan the future me and what I would say in my new letter. But before that, I need to figure out what she would be doing. What is her bank account like? What new places is she traveling to? What is her mental well-being? Who is she allowing into her life? And who needs to be distanced? Other than that, the high tea was amazing. I particularly liked the pastries and the scone, and the tea was to die for. But for dessert, it wasn't my favorite, as I believe these little treats were more so coffee dessert rather than desserts that stand on themselves. But that's okay, they're for a more mature taste. Overall, the experience was 10 out of 10. The service was amazing. I can't wait to come back here in the future. I loved it. Anyone that you bring with you, like your partner or your family or your girlfriends, will absolutely love it. Or even going on a solo date and just celebrating yourself, because there is no rule book that says you can't go to places and have a great time solo. After finishing my lunch, I decided to explore the place, and when I did so, I came across this really cute bar. Obviously, since I already had a glass of Prosecco, I couldn't drink another one, not because I don't want to, but because I had enough and I cannot fit anything else in my stomach. But who knows, I can write it down on my to-do list in the future. After which, I went to this really cute tea shop. It was so cute, like a cottagecore / Harry Potter witchcraft. But it was such a cute little shop. Obviously, it's nothing like tea too, but I think that's where it gets its charm from. To be honest, I don't know where I got this fascination with tea from. I just think tea is just so cute and so socially acceptable and also calming, especially when you're crying and you need something to soothe your throat. That's why I love tea, because it fixes everything. Since I have the rest of the day and I'm at the city, I thought, why don't I do more of my exploring like I do with all my little ventures? I just kind of walk into places that gravitate to me the most. And the last time I was here, I saw this really cool glass building, and it was right next to the QVB, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in there, because when I travel with other people, aka my friends or my sisters, they always seem to be very socially like reserved. For me, I don't really care. I just walk into buildings. Obviously, I always ask for permission to walk around, and I never go into places where they say no, and I'm like, okay, because I'll just go into another building. But most of the time they say yes, because restaurants and cafes want people to walk in and have a look around, and they're so grateful to have you there. And it's only briefly. I just want to have a look at the places so my brain can be familiarized with it, so I can manifest it in the future. And I thought this would be a lovely place to go out with some loved ones, because look at that view, amazing. And since I already spent quite a lot on myself, I decided to go where I don't have to spend money, and what better way than to go to the Museum of Sydney. It's free, and it's also giving you a lot more culture. There was a lot of pots in this particular one. I wasn't as fascinated, but I was still intrigued, as in, what does the museum have to offer, just to broaden my horizons. While I was exploring the city, I came across the State Library of New South Wales, and my gosh, I love this place far more than the museum, because when you walk in, it looks like something straight out of Edinburgh, but sunny. I never been to university. All my classes were done through TAFE and online, so I kind of missed out of what would college be like, with hanging out with all your friends, going to lectures, drinking. I had a very isolated experience, and I kind of missed out of it. And I was like, oh, what would it be like? So in a way, this could be an experience of like, what would university be like if I was in the city? Unlike my sister, she had that experience, I didn't. But I'm kind of glad at the same time that I didn't go through it, because oh my gosh, that hexed it. I feel so bad for my sister. But at the same time, she got to live a normal college life, while I, on the other hand, just was isolated and doing my business courses. I don't regret it, but I do wonder what my life would be like if my teachers and my parents encouraged me to take more of a higher academic thing. Even though a business course is the exact same as you would go to uni and TAFE, I still feel like, oh, I kind of missed out a very crucial part of my life. But then again, you don't need a certificate to succeed in life unless you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, or a politician. Since the Botanic Gardens was right outside the State Library, I decided to wander around, because I was trying to find the Sydney Opera House and the Harbour Bridge, but I didn't know where I was quite going. So I decided to just go around the place. But by the time I found the signs, I was going the opposite way, and I was like, oh no! But I found it regardless. I was like, okay, I'm on the right path. A little bit of a detour, but that's okay. But the Sydney Opera House had some kind of like event going on, so I couldn't walk up the steps. I had to walk through and around, but that's okay, because then I saw the Christmas markets. I was still so full from the high tea that I couldn't eat any more, but most of the stands at the place was food and little Christmas ornaments, and I'm like, I don't need any of that, but I did enjoy the vibe. Plus it was kind of busy. And then I made my way back to the QVB, and when I was there, I went through the arcade, and oh my god, it was so cute. And then I had to walk around the shops one more time, because there is so much to look at that you need to go a couple of times. I even walked past the State Theatre. It was so pretty. It looks like something straight out of Hollywood. And there was also a bar. Unfortunately, it was closed, so I couldn't go inside the theatre, but the bar was a good substitute. Like, oh, that would be a cute date night idea. And then I went back to the QVB. I wanted to buy myself a bath bomb from Lush, not because it was Christmas themed, but because I'm going to the gym a lot more. I wanted to relax my muscles, hence why I love having baths now, and to romanticize my life, because I deserve it. And because Starbucks is right next door, I just had to get myself the iced gingerbread latte. It tastes foul. I detest this thing. I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but my gosh, never again. Hence why I bought myself a boost before going home, because I need something to wash my mouth out of that disgrace. I'm more of a matcha girl than a coffee girl, but when I do have my mochas or latte, it tastes nothing like that dirt I just taste from Starbucks. No wonder they failed in Australia, because what was that? Since it was still the weekend, I decided to romanticize my evening by cutting up some watermelon and some strawberries and trying out my new bath bomb while I sat down and watched a new season of Stranger Things with my night before Christmas candle from Glasshouse burning in the background. I even made myself the famous tea from T2, the Christmas one, and it just made the whole night so much more festive. But yeah, if you can't go out to the city, try having a bath and reading a good book. It doesn't cost much at the end of the day just to make your life more romantic. Thank you so much for watching. If you wish to support me, Becoming Her is available in my website. And don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And let me know if you like these types of videos. But until the next one, have a wonderful day.